Fact: 88% of all learning difficulties are caused by weak cognitive skills. Yet, increased studying, tutoring, or classroom accommodations have little to no effect on a student's cognitive skills, which means until the cognitive skills are improved, the student will continue to fall further and further behind. The latest brain research confirms that through brain training, cognitive skills can be improved, and it's this research that has sparked an emerging brain training industry that is redefining the entire educational services market. But only one franchise system addresses all 7 major cognitive skills areas: LearningRx. And unlike tutoring, which only treats the symptoms, our patent-pending program treats the cause of learning difficulties. Perhaps that's why LearningRx delivers improvements in cognitive skills that are simply unmatched, producing on average 3.6 years of improvement in as little as 3 months. And perhaps that uniqueness is also why LearningRx is one of the fastest growing franchises in the educational market space.
Through your research, you're probably starting to understand the business potential that LearningRx has through its unique one-on-one cognitive training programs. But you might be wondering what owning a LearningRx center might look like. It'll probably look a little like this. From creating an environment of impeccable customer service to training your trainers to do the amazing work they do, from marketing and PR efforts to connecting with your community's parenting groups, doctors, psychologists, and education specialists, your LearningRx Center will be more than just an excellent business opportunity. It'll be a hub of excitement, triumph, and personal reward. Come into a LearningRx Brain Fitness Center and an inviting reception area awaits you. Here, students and parents alike will find lots of fun, brain-related activities to keep those synapses firing while they wait. Training sessions happen in one of the many training areas. They could be in individual offices or in an open setting. Either way, the center is filled with an amazing energy as it buzzes with students in training. As cutting-edge brain science reveals more and more about the inner workings of the brain, we at LearningRx strive to stay at the forefront of those discoveries. We're constantly working to make our training even more effective. It's an exciting process, one your LearningRx Center will be very much a part of. LearningRx is proven to strengthen weak cognitive skills, but targeting those weaknesses requires a sophisticated testing process. LearningRx uses the Woodcock-Johnson 3 Cognitive Skills Test, which is a highly regarded and recognized test battery. But people are more than just test scores. That's why, before we discuss those test results, we talk in depth with everyone involved to fully understand their situation. From struggles and disappointments to dreams and ambitions. We believe it's vital to understand their stories first, because for them and for you, it provides insight into what's really behind those test scores. Likewise, the scores often just confirm what families may have already suspected. Now, with the test scores and the individual's history and goals, we can best match him with one of the targeted LearningRx programs. After the student's enrolled, he and his parents will go through an orientation. That's when the family will be introduced to their LearningRx trainer. LearningRx knows that the trainer-student relationship is so important to success. That's why each trainer is carefully paired to suit the personality of her students. It's also at that time that students get their training materials and start to learn how some of the procedures are done. After the orientation, the scheduled training starts. LearningRx is an intensive 3 to 5 days per week program. Training sessions are for an hour or more each day, and depending on which program the person is enrolled in, training may be entirely through a LearningRx trainer, as it is in our pro-level programs, or it might be divided between the trainer and a parent or spouse, like in our partner programs. Throughout the training, the difficulty of the procedures increases with each level. For the students, these incremental successes equate into enormous boosts of self-confidence, not to mention a trip to the prize cabinet. But beyond the training is the relationship each center develops with their students and their students' family. It's a special relationship that grows out of the excitement and accomplishment that weeks of training and success produce. Finally, the training is complete. The student is retested to measure the program's success. On average, LearningRx produces over 3.6 years of improvement. While that's very impressive on paper, its true impact on the lives of the students and their families is immeasurable. And that's why the final program review is often an emotional time, as these latest test scores simply confirm what the student and his family already know, that learning will no longer be the same struggle, and a future filled with success is no longer just a dream. Every day, lives are changed inside LearningRx centers all over the country. But the center's success comes from more than just that intensive one-on-one training. Behind the scenes, each center's marketing efforts work to attract more parents in need of answers for their struggling student. This effort might mean getting connected with the local news stations and appearing from time to time in a news segment on education. Or it could mean networking with area schools, doctors, psychologists, and education specialists to educate them on how LearningRx can be an invaluable resource to the parents and students they serve. Of course, every business strives for financial success. LearningRx is certainly no exception. But ultimately, LearningRx Brain Fitness Centers are in the business of changing lives. And for our growing list of franchisees, being part of that change is something an income statement can never truly reflect. So, can you see yourself changing lives? Striving to help people reach their full potential? Can you imagine leading passionate employees in a fun and creative environment? Can you see yourself running a business that the community can turn to for answers and can also rely on for solutions? If that sounds like you, then LearningRx is probably the franchise you should investigate further. Feel free to explore our website or register for an upcoming online webinar to learn more.